So that's where we stand. Here's one more piece of the puzzle to show you the corruption. Here is a U.S. flu positive rates by week of influenza that happens every year. On the average year, 30% of the population gets influenza, the flu that goes around. And we lose average about 55,000 people every year of the common flu. And they're usually the vulnerable people that are already sick or they're elderly and things like that. And they have pre-existing conditions. So this is in 2019, 2020, 30%. Look at this last winter. 1% of the population got influenza. That's what this thing is. It's crazy. Do you see that? Normally 30%, 30%. And last year, magically, only 1%, the common flus all disappeared. No, they've all been labeled as COVID. If you have a runny nose, it's COVID. If you die of anything, it's COVID. If you've had it within 60 days, they classify any death as COVID. If you're killed in a car wreck 45 days after having COVID, it is a COVID death. It's crazy what they're doing. Well, why are they doing all this? Glad you asked. That's a good question. This is so strategic. Here's what's happening. I briefly mentioned this last week. It's to separate the wheat from the chaff in their evil worldview. It removes freedom-loving, non-sheeple people from everything. We have been taken over, and they are separating out those who love America, love freedom, and love God for elimination. Here's a list. What is this thing really all about? It's the Great Purge. That's why they're sticking with the narrative, even when everything has proved it wrong, even when the science proves it is wrong. I mean, just think about this. Over the next 6 months, they're going to remove from government positions anyone that doesn't take the jab. So you're removing anyone conservative or Christian or freedom-loving or people that are sharp and understand, they've researched and go, I don't think I want to take this experimental thing. You're going to be kicked out of the system. From the post office to Washington, D.C., they're going to purge out all the really hard conservative people and patriotic out of everything. They're doing it in the military. Take the jab or you're out. So the really die-hard conservatives that love truth are going to go, I can't take it. Okay, you got to get out. So they'll be able to purge the military, the FBI, the CIA, the police nationwide. Oh, see ya. They're removing everyone that loves this country and loves truth from every position. The National Guard, the educational system. Oh, you can't teach in the schools if you don't get the vaccine. You can't teach in the colleges and universities. It's a clever way to remove the people they hate from society completely, where they'll have no influence because you're out. Business jobs. That's why Biden is going to demand it of business. 100 employees or more. So that's small business up. There'll be no job for you then. So they're going to punish those who resist and make them submit, or they'll know who they are because they'll be the outcast of society. Big tech, you have to be vaccinated. Big pharma. The medical industry, right now they're talking about, just listened to a video yesterday from some top medical people, we should remove the licenses of anyone, any doctor or nurse that says masks are not effective or the vaccine is not safe. Every single medical study that has ever been done on masks say they have 0% effectiveness at stopping the transmission of viruses. But we're at war. You say, well, how could they do that? How in the world could they? That's how they can do that. We're at war. The medical establishment, everything has been taken over, and we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs going, what's going on? If we're at war. And they're going to defund you just like they want to defund the police. They're going to make you lose your job and not be able to go to school and not be able to go buy your groceries and not be able to have a bank account and not be able to leave your property. And then at some point with Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030, and by the way, we need your property. And so you have no place to hide. The travel industry. Those that don't get vaccinated, you can't travel anywhere. But you also can't be pilots or bus drivers or taxis or passengers and all travel. We're gonna punish you. You're not gonna be able, and he's talking about, it hasn't happened yet, you cannot leave your state if you are not vaccinated. So even to stop interstate travel in America. But so it's purge anyone that is patriotic, conservative, Christian, that stands on their own, that is smart enough to have researched and understand the issues. All they want is sheep to lead, because it's very easy to lead sheep. Very easy. You just go boom, and it scares them, and they all go running, and they'll follow you wherever you want them to go. But that's what this is. They will be in complete control of everything with no opposition allowed at all. None. That's where we are. And I know it's a sobering place, but that's the agenda behind this. It's a lot of this